Okay, a very basic groundwork, JT, and I'm just going to fly through this of what happened today with the Titans, Amy Adams Strunk, and Mike Vrabel. It was reported just before noon today that the Titans had fired 6-year head coach Mike Vrabel. My initial reaction to this was disbelief. This was pure insanity. It is a panic move by Amy Adams Strunk. I said and have been saying on the show for a long time that there was no way that they were going to fire him, that if he was no longer the coach of the Tennessee Titans after this year, that it was going to be because he was traded to another team. Because frankly, I didn't think that they would do something possibly so foolish. Apparently, I guess I had too much belief in the leadership not to mess this up so badly. Unless there is a dramatic story from behind the scenes that we aren't privy to, that I think that there are some things we're never going to hear about that really led to this decision beyond just dissatisfaction with the football product on the field. I really think there's more to it than that. Unless there are those things, which I think that there are, but we may never know, there's really no way to paint this in a positive light. It's a really, really ugly look. The Titans have thrown away a wildly valuable asset, I think. And for what? Right? Like they didn't get anything in return for a guy that I'm pretty positive is going to be pursued very heavily in the coming days and weeks and get a coaching job immediately, maybe of his choice. That's an asset that was worth something. Absolutely. We got some reporting from Diana Rossini, who may just be the next greatest national insider for the New England Patriots, because we have all known forever that her main source was Mike Vrabel. And now I'm not sure how, she may be real quiet on the Tennessee Titans going forward, folks. I really don't know. She reported today, shortly after the news came out, that the Titans, this is a quote, the Titans believed trading Vrabel was too complicated and would take too long per sources. They wanted to move on quickly. I was told the Vrabel never asked ownership for a trade or asked out of Tennessee. So that first part is bonkers, right? The Titans believed trading Vrabel was too complicated and would take too long, which is like, that's my thought process when I think about selling something on like a Facebook buy, sell, and trade. It's like, I could probably get $50 out of this, but it was just going to take too much effort, and I'll just throw it away. That's essentially what the Titans did with Mike Vrabel, which is bonkers on the surface. There's some subtext to that we're going to dive into a little bit later, and Rand Carthen explained it a little bit in his press conference, but it's that back half that was crazy to me in the moment. I was told Vrabel never asked ownership for a trade or asked out of Tennessee. If that's true, and again, her source is almost certainly Mike Vrabel based on the track record here. So this may be Vrabel tinted glasses that she is reporting through. But the idea that he never asked out, never asked for a trade, and they fired him anyway, really crazy to me. Really, really crazy. We only got one reaction from any kind of player today, and it's a guy that's probably going to be a former Tennessee Titan. Derrick Henry spoke to Diana Rossini over the phone. He said, quote, wow, I'm just shocked. Coach Vrabel is a leader of men. He's a great coach and teacher. I know he will get another opportunity right away. I look forward to it, end quote. I think it's important for us to read the full statement from Amy Adams Strunk that was released today, and we're going to dive into some of the veiled and not so veiled shots that she takes at Mike Vrabel on the way out here in this statement that I think is her trying to be firm and justifying this decision. But boy, it's kind of ugly. So I'm going to read that entire thing to you now. Earlier today, I spoke with Mike Vrabel and told him about my decision to make a change at head coach. As I told Coach Vrabel, this decision was as difficult as any I've made as controlling owner. I appreciate Mike's contributions to the Tennessee Titans, both on and off the field. Anyone who has ever met him knows how passionate and genuine he is, and he's been a strong supporter of the Nashville community. We wish Mike, Jen, and the Vrabel family nothing but the best in the future. As the NFL continues to innovate and evolve, I believe the team's best positioned for sustained success will be those who empower an aligned and collaborative team across all football functions. Last year, we began a shift in our approach to football leadership and made several changes to our personnel to advance that plan. As I continue to assess the state of our team, I arrived at the conclusion that the team would also benefit from the fresh approach and perspective of a new coaching staff. I believe the Tennessee Titans can and will be a premier National Football League franchise. It's what our fans deserve, and there will be hard decisions along the way. My decision today is not only a reflection of my disappointment in our past 2 seasons, but also my recognition that further changes are necessary to fully achieve our vision. I will never shy away from acknowledging that I have unapologetically high expectations for the football team and every aspect of the Titans organization. Our vision is not simply to produce more wins than losses. It is to regularly compete for championships. While this season was disappointing, I see early signs of progress taking shape. Last year, we added a promising young quarterback and several other talented players to our roster. With a coaching search, enviable cap space, and top 10 draft position, this offseason is as important as any in our history. I'm excited for the weeks and months ahead. We will meet the moment. End quote. That was the full statement made by Amy Adams Strunk today. And with that, JT, we're going to time leap from roughly when that statement was released and the announcement was made all the way up to the Ran Carthon press conference, but not before I tell you about our wonderful and amazing sponsors over at Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House. Guys, they've got 3 locations here in the Middle Tennessee area. East Nashville is the primary location. Our home location is the Spring Hill location, just 20 to 25 minutes south of town. If you take I-65, really easy to get to. And they also have a location in Murfreesboro. So wherever you are in Middle Tennessee, you can get to a Boom Boss and you will not regret it. Guys, JT and I are there each and every Thursday through to the Super Bowl. And then hopefully beyond that, we're working on renegotiations as we speak. But we love our time at Boom Boss on Thursday nights at 5:30 Central Standard Time, talking all things. Well, it was Titans previews, but now that the season is over, we're talking about whatever we want. And I can tell you that this Thursday, we're going to be talking about more about this and the fallout that comes in the next 48 hours. So you'll want to check it out. And we are still, after the show, hanging out at Boom Boss, grabbing a bite, grabbing a drink. There are, in fact, still great sports going on right now that you can watch on any night of the week. And on Thursdays, we're watching hockey and basketball and all of these fantastic things that are up on the big screens there at Boom Boss, grabbing some delicious food. Their pizzas are fantastic, and their selection of international and domestic drafts on tap are really, really great. Great prices, great food. Check out Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House. We love being sponsored by Boom Boss, and genuinely, you're going to love it if you go and check them out. Okay, before we dive into this Ran Carthon press conference, I'm going to take a moment to catch my breath. And while I do that, JT, do we have anything in the comment section that we simply must address before we dive into Ran Carthon?
I think we're going to get to all of this, just starring a bunch of comments right now, because I think we're going to save that for the more discussion part. We're still kind of doing show and tell right now, kind of breaking down the day as we go, which is needed. But yeah, we're going to do a lot of that later in the show. I personally, I was shocked.
Yeah. Give me your initial reaction to this.
When I saw it, I said, because I got it through the Fantasy Life app. I saw it.
Right.
I was sitting at my desk and I said, no way. No way. And then I opened Twitter, and of course it happened. My first reaction, and the one that I still pretty firmly stand by, is that this was malpractice by Amy Adams Strunk and the Titans ownership group. I still stand by that this, and we'll talk a lot about Amy Adams Strunk later in the show, but this gut reaction was that this was a mistake, not only just because they're letting him go, but also because I still think that there was a world in which you are able to get substantial trade compensation for him.
Right.
I know earlier in the week or last week, I talked about, with maybe not being able to get that much value.
Right.
Kind of changed my tune on that as we got onto the week. I thought maybe that with this situation with the New England Patriots, like a lot of things changed, and they seemed truly like they were really desperate for Mike Vrabel, so they could have maybe worked something out. Now he most likely will go to the New England Patriots for free. And I think that this is it's a weird timing, right? Not to do it on Black Monday when a lot of these other teams do it.
Yes. Yep.
It's
We're going to talk about this.
It's very strange to do this on this day at this time. And I think, just like me, you said, I'm sure that a lot of players were absolutely shocked by this. You said Diana Rossini talked to Derrick Henry. If you also watched the Rich Eisen show today, Taylor Lewan was on Rich Eisen's show as the news broke. So Taylor Lewan was learning it as the show was going on. It's a great clip.
I've been so busy,
also
I've missed that today.
gut reaction said that he thinks that this is a mistake. And I still think that this, for everything, we'll talk about Mike Vrabel and the record of this team the past 2 years. He's still, like Adam Schefter today put it, he goes right into that tier 1 list of head coaching candidates because he is still a damn good coach. And I think Tennessee is going to be missing out, and it might come to bite them in the butt in the next couple of years.